welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is March 6th, 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. How you doing? How you doing, man?
Bro, it feels like it's been like a month since I talked to you or something.
It does feel like that.
I know, right? It's like almost every day we're like, okay, we're gonna stream, we're gonna talk, we're gonna stream, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then all of a sudden we're just like, where did the time go? Well, technically, it has been a month, mostly because last time I talked to you was last month.
That is true. That is true. It's like when it's been a day and people on New Year's Eve and people are like, man, it's been a whole year since I've seen you.
I know, right? It's like one of those things. But yeah, we're back here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. And don't forget that we are still part of the Professor Network. Please check us out, professornetwork.com/podcast. Wonderful people to work with. Chris is like halfway through the screen today, but that works for me too, I guess. I don't know. Yes, definitely amazing people. They've been getting some interesting things. Like, I think they went to or at least I know Ken went to the Pokemon Go Tour Johto live event on Sunday.
Ooh.
So he was there. I didn't see him tweet too much about it though, so it really depends. But yeah, no, it's still wonderful people every single time to work with, every single day. All right, Chris, we got a lot to talk about, but let's go ahead and recap a few things because it has been over a week, way over a week since we last podcast and everything. So I think it's time for us to recap, first and foremost, Hundos, Shinies, anything they may like. We're also recapping, of course, the Go Tour Johto experience alongside it. So go ahead, Chris.
All right. Okay. Doing a shiny and 4-star look. I think the last one I got was the 23rd. I got a shiny defense form Deoxys.
Nice.
The only one I've got, the only one I cared about.
Right.
And I was able to score a perfect defense form Deoxys, which I'm really excited about.
Bruh.
Oh, and then after that, I got an even better Pokemon. I got a perfect Sunkern. So I was pretty happy about that one. Though. Yeah.
Hey, you got the Hundos. This is the barely like this is like complete like new territory for you right here.
Dude, it was a hundo, like, it was a smorgasbord for me, man. I couldn't believe it. After that, I think the Sunkern was the start of the Johto Tour.
Okay.
And the rest of this is actually only from the Johto Tour. I didn't get anything afterwards. But I got a shiny Miltank, which was new.
Yep.
I got a wild shiny Entei, and I was crapping myself because I didn't think I'd be able to catch. I thought it would run. I thought for sure that thing could run. I didn't realize they locked it from running if it was shiny.
Yeah,
I was
think so
terrified,
too.
man.
Jeez, that's lucky.
And then after that, there was a shiny Fampi.
Okay, all right, that's
that
a new
I
one.
got. Yeah, I was like, please let me get at least one. I got the guaranteed shiny Gyarados, shiny Onyx, which we all have 10 of.
Yep.
We got a shout out to Mystic 7 because I got a shiny Sudowoodo.
Nice.
Got a shiny Pineco level 1. I'm always excited to see those.
Very rare.
And this one is that one I'm actually really excited about. Shiny Chinchou. I really like this shiny. And the evolved form, so I still need to get one more. And then another one everyone has 10 of, shiny Sneasel. I got another shiny Sneasel, and then that was it for my whole event. But it was a lot of fun. I got most of my shinies in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, all right. That's at least something to go about it. How was your experience though?
With the Johto Tour, loved it. I did have a lot of fun. I was working like till like 5.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, So I had to, use an incense and kind of catch what I could so I didn't have to, completely get screwed when I, went out. But I did because the one Pokemon I couldn't find was a Suicune.
Oh Lord.
I could not find a Suicune. I did a Suicune raid. We couldn't beat it,
Oh
but I
yeah,
shit
I
you not
remember
this
that.
much.
Yeah, that was that one. That was one of ours. Yeah.
Well, that one too, yeah.
Yeah. What's it?
But
No, for us was a Lugia, I believe, right?
Lugia,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It seems like if I lose a raid, it's never, by a lot. It's
Something like that.
always by that, 2 inches. And I saw somebody using a Metagross. I was fuming. But you can't be mad at people.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but yeah, overall, love the event. Love that they put the beasts in the wild. Yeah, how'd your event go?
So, so for me, since I was actually out of town, I was actually in another country. I do want to say thank you so much for the El Paso Pokemon Go community for hooking me up for a place to play and definitely people that literally love to play the game. So, I went to the El Paso University, which was literally at the border, like right next to the border of Mexico. Um, but yeah, so I went there. I was started just a tiny little bit late, mostly because I was finishing up a few things with my parents and my brothers. That's the reason why we went over there. Um, I was only like probably like 10, 15 minutes late from the start of the event. I was running the instance and of course the Gold Plus uh, at the moment. And then I needed to find parking. The one thing that I forgot to ask is like, where do I park? And
Oh no!
so because it was a university, I didn't know where to park. So I found a couple of players out there say, just go to the park over here. It's like maybe like a 5 minute walk from the university or something. And then I parked there, and I was like, okay, I'll be fine with this. At least it doesn't say that you can't park here or anything like that. So I'm okay with. I was okay with that. Then after that, I was able to get into the university, just walk around. Of course, I met a couple of people who were just playing around too. Some of them were very new to the game. Some of them were more veterans to the game. And then we made up with literally the entire community of the El Paso city, because that was that place to play, no matter where you were. And then I just met a bunch of people. Wonderful experience. I loved it. Almost everybody that you actually met there was playing Pokemon Go. It was a it was a great, great, great experience. So yes, I did. I was not able to. Well, no, unfortunately, I was not able to go to the Mexico Canto tour. That's an unfortunate for me. That going outside of the states is a very different thing. But no, yeah. So Johto tour, very wonderful experience. I was only able to play the first half, the first rotation of all the biomes. Then after that, I actually had to go back to my parents. So I was running the Gold Plus this entire time, still getting all the invites anywhere that I go to. I was very tired after leaving the first one. I didn't even eat a lot during the day, even though I was supposed to. Luckily, it was a nice, cool day. Sunny, but nice and cool. It was like maybe 60s at the time. So it wasn't too bad, if anybody cares about weather. But yeah, it just amazing experience, just amazing people. My goal at least was to finish the collection challenges, and I just did whatever I could to make sure that I was able to go through each biome and catch every single Pokemon, do all the trades, which was one of the things that I was more worried about, that I wasn't able to do as much trades as I thought I would do. Luckily, it's only like 5 Pokemon you needed to trade, and I found somebody with the other different ticket for it, so I was like, done. Like, let me get that out of the way so I don't have to worry about it, and then everything else is usually a piece of cake. So,
Yeah, I was stressing about that too.
yeah.
I do think it's definitely fair for Pokemon Go to make that a requirement though.
It's nice. It's nice. I liked it, and you know, it kind of the things like that. It's like you don't know who you're gonna meet unless you go to a place
Yep,
where
I agree.
you're gonna see those things, and that was the experience. I mean, I loved it. Walk around. Didn't know where I was going, but I knew I was going somewhere because of Pokemon Go, the stops, the places, the lures, everything else that seemed to go about it. Nothing really negative to say about the event. It was more like, thank God that I was able to find a community. And I did ask around for a couple of weeks to know. It's like, hey, where do I go? Hey, where do they do this? Luckily, I was able to find somebody in the Pokemon Professor Network Discord They said it was from El Paso. They said, hey, you can just go here. This is the place to be. It was definitely the place to be. And to tell you the truth, El Paso doesn't really have that many places to go and say, hey, let's play Pokemon Go in like this place or this museum or something like that. There's really not much over there. Not to tease out the state or at least the city there, but there's really not much than just mountains half the time. So, or just the bare desert areas. Aside from that, the community again was very nice, very cool. I saw like a bunch of players grouped up, getting raids done, getting things done, things like that. One thing that we forgot to mention, some of the things that of course happened during the time before the last podcast that we went through is that the last announcement I believe that they said was that they were going to guarantee extra large candies for doing in-person raids. I was not able to take advantage of that because the raids were scattered in between, and even though I was in a place where many stops and many gyms were around, it really depended on what I wanted to go for. The only things that I really did do was the legendaries for the raids, Corsolan and Heracross, which were the only two that they're regional, of course, but for us, they're really not regional because they're literally we're sitting in a pile of all of them. So,
no spot at your house, man.
Yeah, there was like one right here just before the podcast started. So, so I wasn't really like hunting for them, but it wouldn't be nice to get a shiny during the event and everything. Although I do know that the Corsola shiny rate was incredibly high for a lot of people.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I think I saw it looked like it was full odds.
Yes,
from what people were saying.
Yeah, people are saying that. I think Mystic 7 did over 200 raids and never even got one. Only the few like hardcore grinders, raiders that literally did every single Corsola they could ever see did it and was able to get it. So, but even then, it does have after hundreds of raids. If you were lucky enough, you get one like right off the bat. But Corsola is Corsola. Anyways, for the start of that, I guess, let's start with the shinies. Before that started,
even the Hondos to the end. Oh no!
I know, right? So I did get a attack form Deoxys. I think it's attack. Yeah, the attack form Deoxys stuff. So before that, the first shiny that I got in the event was Eevee, shiny Eevee from the Gold Plus. Then I clicked on a Chikorita. Chikorita, of course, was there. Some Pokemons from the Kanto version were being shiny in the wild, like Poliwhirl, Golbat, Seadra, and a few others, I think, and Gloom were shiny there. So I did manage to get a shiny Poliwhirl, which I evolved to a Politoed, just to get the beautiful shininess in there, which I love. Throughout the raids, I somehow, even though I picked silver, I got a shiny Ho-Ho instead of the shiny Lugia, which was supposed to be my, shiny counterpart, but I guess I got the shiny instead of the one that I was looking for anyways. Oh my god. Through the research, I was able to get a shiny Suicune, and that's from the snatch ups of the Suicune, so that was actually pretty nice. I was able to snag myself another Shackle, which I know Chris is very jealous.
Bless. No, that's my friend.
I know, right? Then after that, I was actually able to get a brand new shiny, which was the Giraffere.
That's a new shiny?
That's a new shiny, yeah.
Dude, I clicked on so many of them, man.
I was happy to at least get it. I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Of course, my guaranteed shiny Gyarados, which crap baby, so we'll keep it at there. I was able to snag myself a shiny Larvitar, which nice and neat. Also a Houndoom, which I believe is my second one, so I was able to evolve it. Or Houndour, or whatever it's called. I got another Eevee, another Scyther, which I think I have like too many of them already. I was able to get the Deliver. I was so happy when I clicked on it. It wasn't even when I was playing the full time. I was just like clicking on random things I got delivered. I was like, yes, thank you, Jesus, for this. I've been looking for this for 4 years.
Congratulations.
Oh my god. It's not the one with the bow, but we'll take it. I was able to snag myself another Pineco, which was nice. I think it's my second one, so I'm actually happy with that. And that is it for the Johto. So I was able to get, like, I believe 14 shinies. Let me count them one more time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 shinies throughout the entire 9 or 12-hour event that we had there. I have a couple more shinies to show off, but of course, that will leave those for after we start the season. And then for the Hondos, I believe I didn't get any Hondos. Actually, no, yes, I did get 2 Hondos throughout the Johto experience. I got a Hondo Gloom randomly in the wild, so I was okay with that. And I hatched a Hondo Igglybuff, which I believe is my second or third one, but I'll keep it as an Igglybuff because, I mean, Hondo line, of course. So I'll take those. There's a couple more Hondos that I will definitely want to talk about, but again, we just gotta go through the news to get through those anyways. Which I'm pretty sure you already got a sneak peek if you are in the live stream. But anyhow, yeah, that was my experience. Again, thank you so much, El Paso community, for really, really, really putting it out there that, you know, we could play as a community, even though I was like very far between outside of my play zone. If I was a little more coordinated and it wasn't like I wasn't able to like play more than half the day only, I would have been able to be there all day. Either so, the event was just fun as it was, and then I just go plus and did everything else that I needed to do in the end. So thank you. And that was my go to Johto experience. I don't remember if I even got any PvP months throughout it. I just know that it was one of those things in the end of the day. I transfer everything afterwards. But yeah, ratings on the Go Tour Johto. Actually, before we do that, do you have any negative to say about it?
Nothing I can really think of. I do want to say though, I loved the change. I don't know if you remember Kanto Tour.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like every single Pokestop had one of those trainers.
Yes.
Johto, they were much more spread out, but you know, they did it in an order, based on which one they wanted you to fight.
Yes.
And I loved that.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
I was actually happy about that too. Mostly because at the end of the whole thing, and no spoilers to anybody, of course, you battle also your team leader. And I battle Blanche, and of course, she's using literally mons that are very good against you, and they're using shields too for the very first time. So that was actually an experience. After that, it actually did tell you, do you want to continue battling or do you want to keep on catching? They gave you the choice to turn off the feature after you complete the entire research, which was a blessing in disguise because, you know, you don't want to see trainers everywhere anymore. However, a lot of the trainers, even though it was only one at a time that you basically needed to fight, Lord have mercy, they were actually scattered far in between. It took me a while to get through it, and I think through the first 2 hours, I forgot about it until I actually saw it as like I need to finish this, and then I started doing it, and I really had to walk for all of them for some reason.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was looking for Suicune, I completely forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped like halfway through.
Right. Some people are still by the far cry of the community. Some people were saying like that's how it's supposed to be done. I don't think there's anything that they could have done better. Maybe one or two things, but I can't really think of my top of my head if the the Gold Tour experience was good or not, or bad for a lot of people. The music was actually amazing. I did listen through the first half of the event, and then I had to go and put my headphones away because they run out of battery. And the transition between battles and everything was pretty good. Although I kind of wish they had one for raids. But overall, the music throughout everything was just nostalgic. It was almost the same. And the transition from battle to overworld was actually pretty smooth. It didn't fully reset the music every single time that you go back into the overworld. And even the battle one was actually like the Johto genetic music that you play. So I was actually kind of fun to hear all about it. So any more thoughts there, Chris?
No, not too much. I think they did a really good job of reminding everyone of when they played the Johto games.
Yeah.
It is very likewise to the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, no, not too much to say. I really liked it. I think it had a smorgasbord of stuff. I think the only kind of annoying thing for people is probably, that you have to play, every single hour, and you got to get a little bit of an element of luck
Right.
of getting, every single spawn.
Hmm.
But, the odds are, you're going to be able to find all the
Oh
Pokemon
yeah.
if you're constantly playing. But, I'm just thinking about the people, that can only play, 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're not going to get every single Pokemon in 2 hours.
Right. Right.
It's not
That's
physically possible. No.
it's not, but at least for the collection challenge, because again, this is
Yeah.
a technically a small generation. 100 Pokemon is still a lot, but it's still kind of
Yeah.
a small
Still,
generation.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's not the smallest one, but dear lord, is it a small generation now
Yeah.
for 100 Pokemon?
Yeah, I mean, once we get to Gen 5, that's gonna be a challenge. 3, 4 years from now. Anyways,
Oh lord.
but yeah, so again, just nothing really wrong to say about it, and the community was far in between a lot of different people. So yeah, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Here, I mean, close to 10, just because you never can be perfect, but that's how people see it.
I think I'd drop it a 9, but that was more from like personal experience from
Yeah.
being stuck at work. Trust me, the game was awesome. I did have fun with it.
Yeah, yeah. And I do love that after the first two cycle of biomes, they do give you the ability to catch anything and everything in the wild. If you go around after probably, like, believe it's 6 p.m., so you got the last 3 hours of the event, where you can literally anything spawns in the wild. So you can catch all the ones from like
Oh,
the battles and the ones from just any other biome and everything. So you could literally just go out and play for the last 3 hours and do everything if you're a little more dedicated that way, So,
I wasn't aware of that. So thank you very much.
right?
Oh my gosh.
So that was okay with that in the end of the day. But anyways, enough Johto. It's time to move on. It's time to actually get to our research topics, because we still have a lot to talk about today. But yeah, let's talk about the brand new season, the March research, and much more, because there's a lot to talk about. But here we go. Welcome to ALOLA, which they teased out that around the end of Kotor Johto, or Kotor Johto, around February 27th, they teased out that season of ALOLA and Generation 7 is coming to Pokemon Go, which was kind of a surprise. I wasn't really thinking that it was going to be this early in the year. But I guess it was time for us to move on to the new generation after everything we go through. I mean, we still have a lot of Gen 5 and Gen 6 to go through, but Gen 7 is a welcome addition to the game. To start off, we did have a kind of a kickoff tropical season. Alolan Executor was actually spawning in the wild, which was redemption for me since I lost like one shiny throughout it. I was able to myself to get 2 shiny Alolan Executors throughout that small little event. So it's actually kind of nice on that. But yeah, they started to kick off the announcements and everything sometime last week. But then we go, of course, to the season of ALOLA. And their website is actually pretty cool. They have a lot of like graphical stuff and everything. A lot of Pokemon are coming into the game, of course. So welcome to the season of ALOLA. What we expect to this season. So the Pokemon's seasonal highlights, rotations, and more. So first and foremost, Chris, the raids. What are brand new raids that we have now as a part of the season of ALOLA?
Oh, so that's how you get it. So the 2 raids I'm seeing here are Tapu Koko and Rockruff. Which I didn't see any Rockruff in the wild, so I was very confused where you were supposed to get it.
Well,
So that makes more sense.
Yeah, so there will be 1-star raids, and Rockruff can be shiny right off the bat. That was the brand new one of the brand new shinies they introduced with the season of ALOLA. Which the odds of getting it are not that good either way, because it looks like it's the same as Shinx when it was in raids back in the day.
Oh, so kind of like higher than the 1 in 100 that
Yeah.
it kind of is now.
Yeah, so if you think about Jinx, even though he was my best friend throughout this last few years, Rockruff will be technically the raid locked exclusive Pokemon that you're gonna see from here on out. So Rockruff will be that generation's raid, or at least until they put it in Community Day or something else. Whenever they feel like doing it in the next 5 years.
Dude, and you have to get 3.
Well, yes.
Oh, 4 actually, if you want the whole family.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
You have to have regular Rockruff, Midnight Form, Dust Form, and Dawn Phone. Yeah. No, you're right. So it's 4 different types, which only 2 out of the 3 forms are actually available in Pokemon Go. I don't think anybody has discovered how to actually evolve it into his other forms, so that depends on how you...
Oh, they can only do Midnight right now?
Midnight and Dust Form, yeah.
Okay,
so
interesting.
there might be a special event to evolve it eventually, so that really depends on how it goes. Or they'll just give us a hint of how to evolve it eventually. Maybe somebody haven't really tried it, since they're always looking for the shiny anyway, so... But at this point, it's been a couple of days, plus, everybody parts of the world, unless you're doing it like maybe at midnight or sundown or something like that, which that's technically how you get the form. Nobody has really tried, I believe, so I don't know if the form will be available at some point for us to have. Also, because it's like Ash's like special Pokemon or something, so... Anyways, what we're gonna have in the wild? So we have Rowlet, Litleo, Popplio, the 3 starters, of course. Pipiket, Yungoos, which will be the brand new shiny of this generation. Comfey, which is only in Hawaii. And Jangmo, which is the pseudo-legendary of the generation. Another dragon which we'll never be able to catch because, he's always so elusive in our minds.
I've only seen 1 person get it so far.
And yeah, I mean, I think my friend hatched one. So it's going to be in 10Ks and 10Ks too. But yeah, Jangoose is a brand new shiny, which, if I'm not mistakenly, when the event started, I did snatch myself a shiny Jangoose. So I did get one. And I can't evolve it because it's not daytime. So rip on that. But yes, I was able to get that that shiny right off the bat, which I'm very happy about. Comfey being the exclusive Hawaiian regional, I guess that's how you call it. It's gonna be tough, but I believe I believe I have a friend who's gonna go into Hawaii pretty soon, and I already told her that she might be getting a few there.
Hey, get that extra one, hey.
I know. I told her, please get a good 10 or 15 because you're gonna need to trade a lot of them. She might not have a lot of starters, so we will see. We're gonna have to be best friends with her eventually or something. We'll see. But yeah, those are the brand new Pokemons. Then we have new evolutions. Of course, we have all of the generation of the starters evolutions. Tompik and Toucan, of course. Jangoose, midday form Lycanroc, midnight form Lycanroc, and then Hamako and Komo. Just like they're mentioning here, the Dust form is not available. So that's
interesting.
It's interesting how they see it, and I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger for everybody. And then we have in X, most of the Pokemon that we mentioned. So we do know the tiers. Jungus and Pipiket will be in 2Ks. Rowlet, Litleo, and Popplio are in 5Ks. Rockruff and Yammoot will be in 10KX. So of course, the exclusive new shiny for Rockruff there in Race will be in 10Ks. And then of course, the Yammo, which is the pseudo-legendary one. It is how it is.
His typing.
I know. A lot of people are actually saying it when it comes down to it. We do have more new research to go through, and this is conducted through the special islands that ALOLA has in the main series game. So Meme Island is the very first one. You get a lot of Pokemon from there. Throughout the season, you'll be able to complete different special research lines, learn about each island in ALOLA. So I believe that every time we have a new season, we'll maybe get a new Tapu. So it's not too bad to see. We got Tapu Koko in the first one. Maybe by March 22, we'll see.
Tapu. Based on what island they're on?
Correct. Now, there's 4 Tapus, if I remember correctly, and there's 5 different research about it. So, Meme Island, Akala Island, Wala Island, Pony Island, and then this is a special research, which will be available throughout the entire last season. These research lines will begin, of course, at 10 a.m. local time and at 1 p.m. local time. There is available to actually get the last research, which is the end of the season special research, if you buy it on the store for $4.99, I believe. But that's only when it becomes available, of course. If you don't complete all 4 of them and get the special research, you can just buy it and you'll be good to go. Grinders, just go ahead and finish it. We have our community days announcements. We do know the dates, but now we have our very first community day Pokemon announced for the month of March, which will be actually coming up in the next weekend, next Sunday. And that is Sandrew and Alola Sandrew. So both of them will be spawning in the wild with shiny chances and brand new moves, which we'll be talking about in just a few moments. Any thoughts on that, Chris, before we move on?
Alolan Sandslash is great for PvP, and I love it shiny. I think they did this specifically to cater to trainer tips, which is fine with me. It is his favorite shiny, I believe. But yeah, I think it's a really interesting community day. I'm really curious what the community thinks, because these are shinies we've had around for quite some time.
Yeah, but I guess it's also to really begin the Alola season, so I really understand why they want to do something like this.
Yeah,
but
it definitely fits.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was a starter at this point, though. Anyways,
maybe next month.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. So the events, of course, we have the very first event that will start from March 1st to March 15th, and that is the Welcome to Alola season, which we already know which Pokemon are spawning, that we already know all of those things. Go Battle League will have its interlude season, of course, which we'll discuss in the PvP section. We will have different Pokemon appearing in the wild through the season of changes, of course. And here they are. We have in the cities, Alolan Rattata, Alolan Meowth, Magnemite, Alola Grimer, Jolteon, Makuhita, Minchino, and more. Forests, we have Paras, Execute, Apon, Penko, Electrite, Rufflet, and Jangoose, which actually, if you think about it, in the forest, Rufflet is actually appearing way more than you think.
Yeah, I was going to say, man. Ooh.
Mountains, we have Cubone, Alolan Diglett, Alolan Geodude, Flareon, Baltoy, Golett, and Archon, which is, a something that we'll never see, probably.
Oh my gosh, man, that's a rare one.
Yeah. Beaches and waters, we have Alolan Executor. Yeah, I know, you heard that right.
We have those.
Alolan Executor, Staryu, Dratini, Vaporeon, Tortuga, or Tortuga, whatever it's called, Frillish, and Corphish, and more, of course. I haven't been in a bottle of water yet, but I do believe you can actually get those rare spawns there.
Definitely want the turtle boy.
Yes. We do have our Northern Hemisphere, technically regional spawns. We have Lotad, Bagon, Snivy, Tepic, Oshawott, Spring Deerling, and Fungus, which are more to come, of course. And then in the Southern Hemisphere, we have Nincada, Beldum, Seawall, Autumn Deerling, Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. Okay, I like the variety on it. Kind of wish we had Beldum over here, but I can't go wrong with a Bagon every now and then. The following Pokemon will be hatching from these eggs from the season. We did mention Jangoose and Pipiquet. We do have Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie in 2K eggs, Cubone and Executor, and more. Which actually, if I go to the game right now and go to my eggs,
are they implying those are the only Pokemon that will hatch from the 2K eggs?
No, it says more. So actually, if you have any eggs from the new season, we have things like Poliwrath, Execute, Meditite, Whelmer, and then Barboach in the second tier, I guess.
Okay.
So things like that. Then we have 5K eggs. We have the starters for Alola, of course, Ralph, Lillian, and Poplio, Tyrogue, Skarmory, Bounsley, and Mantine, which it looks like Mantine is still not a shiny available Pokemon, but I believe that's like what, generation?
Generation 4.
Yeah, 4, right? All right,
yeah.
I played too much Legend Arceus for not to know.
Oh, you're fine, dude. When I played Gen 4, I put Mantike on the team. I didn't even try to evolve it, man. I just love that Pokemon.
I know, right? 10K eggs, we have Rockruff, Yangmo, Alomola, Minfo, Axew, Noibat, and Esper, which actually, if I go to my 10K eggs right now, yes, all of those Pokemon I mentioned there. We also have Gumi, Esper, Aldino, Darumaka, and yeah, that's about it, I think. Oh yeah, this I don't know. Mainful? Oh yeah, no, I already talked about that. Anyhow, we have our Adventure Sings reward eggs. We have Fanfan, Munchlax, Happiny, Shieldon, Dedenne, and Cranidos. Please don't ever let me hatch a Dedenne from a 5k egg. And in the 10k category, we do have Dratini, Riolu, Bagon, Beldum, Dino, and Gumi, which,
Gumi.
9 out of 10 out of those are actually shiny. So that's actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to start working more for those, at least that's for sure.
Gumi feels like you're hatching a shiny, honestly.
Right? But yeah, and then of course some seasonal bonuses. During the Alola season, we'll have increased incense effectiveness while moving. Increased damage in Pokemon participant in raid remotely. Guaranteed gifts from Pokestop spins. Up to 2 free raid passes per day by spinning photo discs. And incense will last for 90 minutes. We do have something to mention in the next piece of news, so bear with us there.
Yup, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then Alola Team Avatar items, of course, are available in the shop for that. So, Chris, the Alola season is here. What do you think so far?
Love it, love it, love it. I was very nervous. I don't know why. I was like, dude, they're gonna lock all the Alolan Pokemon to Hawaii. I was like, that wouldn't make any sense though.
Oh no.
Dude, everyone would have to go to Hawaii for all the Pokemon. It'd be horrible.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm really happy with how they did it. It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Now we could talk about what the Welcome to Alola season is, and the event that's happening until the 15th of this month, or actually until March 9, I believe. So we're only a couple more days away, which we already mentioned. The Pokemon that are spawning and things like that. The shinies that are available. A few things that are in race, like Bellsprout, Phanpy, and Snubbull, are also with Rockruff. So Rockruff being very hard to actually find in raids too, because everybody's trying to get one and it's just spawning the other 1-star raids from there.
It's actually funny you mentioned that my 1-star hatched an Electrike.
Yeah.
Not happy.
Yeah. So we do have Mega Venusaur in raids, and then the research, of course, being Pipicat and Yungoos if you actually want to go look for them. They forgot to mention about it. So since the season started, I hatched a couple of 2k eggs, and I got 2 Hundo Pipicats already. One of them is
female?
I got yes.
Hey.
One of them is already evolved into a toucan, so I do have that evolution ready to go. I also was able to hatch a Hundo Bandabas at the end. It's evolved now. So
That thing's terrifying. I hate Mandibuzz.
I'm ready for Ultra League, and I actually have the extra large candy for it too.
Oh my.
And I actually today Gold Plus a Hundo Drifloon that I was having the breakfast with somebody, and then I was
Dude, you're just getting your Ultra League squad together.
I know. I'm just like, I am so ready. I'm getting invited to a raid. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's from Geo. All right, maybe we'll get the Hundo or the shiny here, and then we'll call it a good season for the beginning.
Bruh.
Oh god. So yeah, that's the season of that. I do want to mention the actual just the regular vanilla season of Alola spawns are actually super cool. I there's almost anything that I want to check and want to keep on checking and things like that, because there's just so much. And one day I was just walking around doing nothing that I wanted to do, and then just playing the game and all the time. And I found even Dino, I found Bagon, I found Shelgon, I found just so many different types of Pokemons that I was actually happy to see in the wild for the very first time. And this was in a more city-like area that was downtown for us. I'm okay with this kind of spawns. Just keep it going, guys. Just keep it coming. But here we go. Definitely not the Hundo, because I know the Hundo is way better numbers there. But let's see if I get the shiny here on stream. That's not shiny. Oh Lord. I guess I should be using, silver pineapples for this. Anyhow, the season of Alola is actually becoming one of my favorite seasons so far, just because of spawns and different things. But I don't know anything else that you want to add before we move on, Chris.
Nah. I think we covered everything very well. I think they're doing a pretty decent job of, spreading out the Pokemon. It almost, now that I think about it, you talked about how you think the Tapus are going to be on different islands. That actually just realized, that there's different Pokemon that spawn on each island. So
That's true.
naturally, we might be getting, the Pokemon that spawn on the next island with the next batch. So I'm
I am,
very excited for
yeah,
that.
I'm okay with that. Well, of course, it will be month to month,
Yeah.
so we'll definitely not see those until the next month coming around. But yeah, let's talk about something that a lot of people really don't want to talk about, but we have to talk about because it is what it is. We do have some updates to the exploration of Pokemon Go when it comes down to it. So it says right here, and we can definitely talk about the depth diary when it comes around to it, but here we go. Trainers, as we are getting ready to bring more Pokemon to the world of Pokemon Go during the upcoming season, we're also been thinking about the state of the game. We're also looking into more ways to make Pokemon Go even better. And we wanted to let you know about some upcoming changes. As mentioned in our previous depth diary, which was probably two depth diaries ago or something like that, exploration is an important part of what makes Pokemon Go special. And we're always looking for ways to give trainers the opportunity to discover Pokemon in the real world. We keep this goal in mind constantly as we evaluate the game and its systems. With that in mind, we wanted to give you a heads up on some adjustments that we're making on March 1st, which, it's already up. For the season of ALOLA, we'll be increasing the number of extra daily free raid passes that trainers can receive, which is the two that we mentioned. Additionally, the stationary instance bonus will be removed. A new bonus that increases the instance durations from 60 to 90 minutes will take its place, and instance bonuses while people are moving will not be changing. So basically, if you're sitting or in one place and you just put an instance on, now it is going to be one spawn every 5 minutes. While you're moving, it will be as just a regular spawn, like one every 30 seconds or one every minute if you keep on moving. So, with that being said, that kind of kills the at-home experience because you want to go out there and can go like that. Just to finish up the blog post here, as we continue to develop Pokemon Go, we'll be monitoring the impact of these changes and make any needed adjustments. We sincerely thank you for all the trainers for the continued passion and dedication, and we'll see you outside. Let's get up and go. So, this was a far cry from the community, but to be honest, I haven't really seen that much aside from maybe a couple people that I follow on Twitter that say something that was something bad about this.
The most of the people I see complaining about it are, either, handicapped or, they're thinking about the handicapped people. The people that, aren't handicapped, the only other people I think that would, really be complaining are, people that stream and, want to get some incense spawns, while they stream. But yeah, I definitely feel for the people, that can't get out of the house, regularly and, do everything. Yeah, it's really a tough decision, I'm sure, on Pokemon Go's part.
Yeah, definitely something that isn't it? I mean, we knew something like this was coming. It wasn't that without warning. For a while, they've been saying that they've been looking into this kind of changes for quite some time. So it's not like it came to us like out of nowhere. And that's a lot
Oh,
of people's mistake in thinking that this was out of nowhere. No, we had plenty of time, over 6 months maybe, of information from the developer saying this is something that we're looking into changing in the near future. It does suck because a lot of people who have accustomed their new way of life throughout either streaming or doing things at home or just moving things like, and using the Go Plus or something like that, that seemed like a little gut in the shot in the gut in that point. But let's remind everybody, and I will be saying this throughout anytime I do a podcast if anybody wants to listen to. Pokemon Go is an exploration game. You want to go out and play outside. yes, the pandemic was unfortunately something that couldn't make it that to go outside, and Pokemon Go adjusted to it. Now the world is a little bit better. Now it's opened up a lot more. Now it's time to move on with what we, the last 2 years been, and let's go back into a simpler time where Pokemon Go is. Now, yes, a lot of people can say, oh, but they're not taking away remote raid passes because they're making in money and things like that. Well, yeah, there's still, incentive to doing those kind of things. And Niantic knows, the business like of things because Niantic is a business like company. But at the end of the day, they built this game through the last 5 years, almost 6 years at this point, about exploration. And we want to keep getting that exploration. I want to see what's out there and stop being, stuck in one little town, one little place. I was actually really happy to go to El Paso during the Go Tour experience because at the first, I was scared because I didn't know where to go or if I was going to meet any trainers out there. But at the same time, once you actually met those kind of people, you know how they are, how they is, there are way more Hispanics out there for sure, but still,
you're like, my people!
my people!
Oh my God.
Mi gente! Bueno. Anyways, but that's the thing. It's like, if you don't go out and meet those kind of people, then how are you even going to really play Pokemon Go? It's not how I envision it or how they envision it in that regard. And that's how I really see it. I'm okay with the changes. It does seem that, we really gotten too for granted. I think that's the right word for it. We took everything that we has been changing for granted, and we haven't seen this new type of gameplay for a long time, at least for veteran players like ourselves. But for newer players, there may be a lot of changes in their routines if that's how they want to see it.
I think something to be clear is, Niantic isn't trying to lock out certain players. They're trying to reward the players, that are, playing the game the way they, intend it to be played.
That's right.
And I think that's something that's they're not trying to lock out anybody.
No.
I think that's a distinguishment a lot of people, need to realize.
Well,
but that's pretty much all I have to say on it.
Yeah. I think that there's still a lot that Niantic could do to incentivize players to actually go out and play, just like the remote or the guarantee extra large rare candy in raids when you do them in person. That's the kind of incentive we want to see. That's the kind of things we want to go out through, because anybody can just go ahead and buy a regular remote raid pass right now and then just do any races they want to throughout the world. That's not how I want to see it. I want to go back to being in person for these kind of things. Yeah, some people are going to be saying, maybe like Chris, they say, it's raid hour, it's not something I need. We'll just, do them remotely or something like that. It's like, get out of the house.
I almost did for Defense Form.
No, almost, yeah. It didn't happen. Not even for me, but that's because, remote. So, but anyway, so I could go on. But I think that at the end of the day, this is something that it was a long time coming. And Niantic will adjust if at the end of the day it doesn't seem fair for a lot of people. So, and that has to be for a lot of people. Anyhow, that's the exploration updates that we had, of course. Let's go and dump ourselves into the March content. The dump of news for the March came literally on the same date of everything else. So, Chris, how about you tell us what March is here for?
Yes. March dump. The dumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. The season of ALOLA, March Community Day, upcoming events. Oh, here's something new. We got the Festival of Colors coming up, starting Tuesday, March 15th. And it's going to go until Sunday, March 20th, where you can experience a fluttering of festive hues during the Festival of Colors. And let me see. I don't see that in here. And after that, we have the Lush Jungle event from Tuesday, March 22nd until Tuesday, March 29th. And I guess that's going to be a jungle event for ALOLA, which is interesting to say the least.
Well, if you go about like all the islands, wasn't the first island had like jungle like area or something like that, or was it just me, or was it that the
Um,
city?
I don't remember too much of it, to be honest. I think the first one it had a lot of grasses and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it had a jungle at the end of it. I just can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while since we came through it. So anyhow, we do have the new raids. Of course, we have Tapu Koko into the 15. We have Therian form Tornadoes. We did Shiny form coming on March 15 to March 22. And then we have a mysterious Pokemon from March 22 to March 1st, which at this point I kind of already know what it is.
What do you think it's gonna be?
It's another Tapu.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they're gonna go with at least one each Tapu for the remainder of the season, which I'm okay with at the end of the day. It's not like it's going to be there for like the entire month, anyways.
Yeah, nah.
But anyhow, Mega Raids. We have Mega Venusaur, Mega Lopunny, Mega Charizard Y, all in between each one of the months that we mentioned, or at each one of the raid hours that we mentioned. Any incentive for going for any of these megas, because I really don't want to do any of them.
Um, I mean, Venusaur is always cool, but other than that, oh, people do like a good Char. And this is the one that you can take down, super, super easy with rocks.
That's true.
Yeah, no Lopunny, please. I love Beldophine, but
Oh lord. Anyhow, we do have our raid hours. Tapu Koko already had his first raid hour on March 2nd. It will also be in March 9th. Therian form will be on March 16th, and we do have our mystery raid boss between March 23rd and March 30th. Our weekly one Pokémon coin bundle for one Repo raid pass will still be available in the shop every Monday. And what is our richest breakthrough box, Chris?
I actually got mine today. It's for the whole, the whole March and part of April 1st, if you do it before it switches over. You have Alolan Vulpix as your Pokemon with a shiny chance. Love that Pokemon.
It is a very beautiful Pokemon, so a lot of people actually didn't care that it was, but of course it is a shiny that we already had. Plus, everybody's always saying legendary, please, or something like that. But
Oh
anyway.
my gosh. I don't raid. Give me a free legendary.
We do have our spotlight hours, and Chris, you can go over those.
All right. March 1st, we already had. It was Cubone for 2 times candy for transferring. March 8th coming up, we have Execute, 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon. March 15th, we have Growlithe with 2 times Catch Stardust. March 22nd, we have Mystic 7, Sudowoodo with 2 times Catch XP. And then March 29th, we have Paris, 2 times Catch Candy. And if you noticed, all of the Pokemon can be shiny. So very exciting.
It's the first time we have every single one of them being shiny. Of course, I didn't really do Cubone. I just did the transfer. The evolution I may do because, again, I need the experience. I'm really close to finishing up. I'm less than 10 mil away from level 50. That's 20.9 right now. So I'm like, whew. Working at it. Almost 21, but we'll see. There will be, of course, other features, updates happening here. It says a new visual update. And again, let me rephrase that. A new visual update will be released in March for gyms and Pokestops. These in-game locations will now be visually different depending on whenever you are within 40 meters, within 80 meters, or out of range of the location. This change is purely visual in nature and will not impact gameplay. I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do that, but we'll see how it goes, Still, just a visual update. All right, let's talk community today. What do we got?
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Well. I mean, I don't know how to put this. I mean, Sandshrew and Alolan Sandshrew, I think we all have a favorite. And I'm sorry to say, I don't go with the original on this one. But it's going to be Sunday, March 13th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Yippee. And yeah, we're going to have both spawning in the wild with the increased shiny chance. It makes you wonder, how many you're going to encounter of each one. I do think that. Sandslash, the Kanto version, is going to know the move Night Slash, and you'll be able to evolve it 2 hours after the event. So until 7 p.m. local time. So, as soon as you, end the community, I definitely recommend evolving them all. Alolan Sandslash is going to know Shadow Claw. Yes, thank you. That's going to be awesome for PvP. And okay, Community Day special research, Gritty and Glacial. That's awesome.
Right.
$1, or the equivalent in your local currency. You'll be able to access the Sandshrew Community Day exclusive special research, and yeah, you'll stay tuned on when that's actually going to go live in the shop. But the event bonuses are 1/4 egg hatch distance when eggs are in the incubator during the event. Incense activated during the event will last for 3 hours, and I'm assuming you have to walk, to get the bonuses on that.
Yes.
We got the lure modules during the event will last for 3 hours. And then, you can take a few snapshots during the community day for a surprise. I'm curious if they're going to double the amount that you get from snapshots because there's 2 of them, or if you're still going to get, random.
I think you only get like 5 throughout the community day, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Event bundles. There'll be a special one-time purchase community day box for 1280 Pokecoins, 1,280. Featuring 30 Ultra Balls, 3 Super Incubators, and 5 Lucky Eggs, and a one Elite Charge TM. A bundle containing 30 Ultra Balls will be available in the shop at no cost. Be sure to pick it up before or during the event. I think it starts, for us a little bit early just because, all the people in Australia.
Yeah.
So stickers, you'll be able to get event-themed stickers by spinning Pokestops, opening gifts, and purchasing them from the in-game shop. And oh my gosh, are they cute. I love Sandshrew.
Yeah.
It really is a cute Pokemon.
It's a cute Pokemon. But yeah, that is our community day. Thank you, Chris, for the information. Make sure it is a Sunday, so at least you have a good chunk of the day to do it. I don't know if I'm going to go super hard on it. I'm not entirely sure at this point.
I'm going to be working.
Of course you are. Sandrew. Let me check my stash of Sandrews. Or not Sandrew, Sandlash. I don't even know how to spell Sandrew. Let's see. I do have 1 PvP ready, which luckily I didn't evolve until then.
Yeah, definitely get this is one you
Hondo.
definitely want a Hondo for PvP.
I do have 1 Alola Sandrew Hondo, so that's good.
Yep, that's the one, boy.
And I do have a few other ones at that point. So yeah,
dude,
I guess
your Ultra League team is gonna be insane.
After community day, yeah, and I think we're gonna go into Ultra League coming up. So yeah. But yeah, that's community day. That's pretty interesting when they go to. They do have also a thank you for taking part in Pokemon Go Tour, Johto, and Pokemon Go Tour Live. Many cool pictures of people playing around, mask on, without mask, things like that. I can exit out of this picture. Why not? That's because that. Not different things. I know, right? I liked it. I like the pictures. I like the things. Again, thank you so much, Niantic, for having a wonderful, wonderful area of playing the game, either in life or in other places. All right, time to get good or get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
All right.
We do have updates of what Season 11 is going to go through the interlude season of Go Battle League. And just like they mentioned, it is technically a season without a rating. Season 10 it was extended into March 1st, and of course, immediately following that, Go Battle League Interlude season will start on Tuesday, March 1st, and then on Wednesday, June 5th at 1 p.m. PDT. End of the season will be available on the battle screen. Your Go Battle League rank will reset. Rank cap requirements will remain the same as Season 10, and then rankings will cap at 20. There will be no visual ratings. So, first week, we have Great League and Johto Cup, which we're kind of already familiar with it, from March 1st to March 8th. Then we have March 8th to the 15th, Ultra League and Ultra League Premier Classic. We do have March 15th to the 22nd, Master League and the Love Cup is coming back for this one. March 22 to 29, it is Great League and the Little Jungle Cup. March 29 to the 5th, we have Ultra League and Catch Cup. April 5th until April 12th, we have Master League and the Halloween Cup. April 12th and April 19th, we have Great League and the regular Little Cup. Oh, lordy. All right. April 19th to April 26th, we have Ultra League and the Retro Cup. April 26th to March 3rd, we have Master League and the Kanta Cup. March 3rd to March 10th, we have Great League and the Flying Cup. March 10th to the 17th, we have Ultra League and the Element Cup. 17th to the 24th of May, we have... Was I saying March or May? I was saying March.
I'm not sure, but
he's like, May now. Anyways, Master League and Master League Premier Classic, and then May 24th to June 1st, all three leagues will be available. We do have a time research ticket, the battle ticket, which is actually free on the shop for anybody who wants to purchase it. Once you do, you'll unlock the time research, which says battle. And you just need to win a lot of times in the Go Battle League. A lot of times in the Go Battle League. It's like each one of them tells you, oh, win 1, win 3, win 5, win 6, 8, 12, 16. I don't know how many more. But anyways, I think at one point you actually have to win like 128 battles. And I'm just like...
You know, I thought it was funny because I just saw the win 1. I still haven't done it yet. And I was like, well, that's kind of lame. Just win it once.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
done.
Oh my lord.
Oh my gosh.
That would be interesting. But yeah, so during the season, of course, we got our Go Battle dates, which one of them was during March 5th, which was yesterday. We have Seal will be guaranteed to appear as a reward encounter. And then if you evolve Seal into Do 1, you had the fast attack Ice Shard and the charge attack Ice Wind.
Very needed. I'm actually happy they did that for people.
Yeah, it was very nice. The evolution of the one and things like that. Plus the shiny, of course. End of set award, avatar rewards. Trainers who complete the set and interact during the Go Battle League will receive the Galatian Shoes avatar item, which I actually did. I think that's the reason why I got it, but okay. Trainers will receive the Galatian Shoes avatar rank 20 rewards will now receive another one. Okay, that makes sense. Active League will be the Great League and the Johto League, which we mentioned already. Then the next Go Battle Day will begin Beginner's Paradise. It will be April 17. And this is during the time of Great League and Little Cup active. Experience from time research available and avatar items up to grabs that have never been a better time to try out the Go Battle League. A large amount of experience. Actually, that's pretty cool. The hoodie will be available if you haven't gotten to that point. And then the active quotes, of course, will be Great League and Little Cup. We do have Go Battle Day Mega Stardust Surprise. Emphasis on the Mega. Go Battle Day featuring standard Stardust bonuses. We may also have a Mega Surprise in store for you. The maximum number of battles a player can do to increase from 20 to 100 totals of battles. 4 times Stardust from win rewards, and then a Mega Surprise. And this is actually
Mega Medicham.
Could be. I mean, maybe they're trying out Megas in Go Battle League.
I'm just assuming it's going to be a reward.
Could be. Could be. I'm not
but
sure.
If they have a Mega League, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Excuse me. Guaranteed rank up encounters. Drowsy finally got here. Crobat. It will be your very first encounter on rank 1. And then Pikachu Libre will be encounterable in rank 20. So if you get all the way to rank 20, you get Pikachu Libre, and Shiny Pikachu Libre will not be able to encounter during the season, though.
Oh.
He's like, fudge. Chris is like, why not? All right.
I mean, it is pretty fair, I think, to people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is disappointing.
I was hoping to get my shiny too, but I was like, you know what? I'll do it because of the fun of it. Plus, I have the ticket, so I kind of have to do it. Anyways, we have a standard encounters throughout the ranks. I'll show it to you guys if you guys are live stream. If you know, you can check out the blog post. Rank 11 is Fivas. So, Chris, you're welcome to do more.
But it still won't be shiny, man. Never.
We'll see.
I want that Rufflet, though.
Rufflet will be available after 16 plus, so good luck on that. Avatar items and other rewards. Yeah, there you go. All right,
Late night podcast.
I know, right? At rank 20, you'll get all of the Gladion accessories and the pose where he goes like, the hand thing that he goes, the Gladion pose thing. That's pretty cool.
It kind of reminds me of John Cena a little bit.
It's like, whoo. Anyways. Well, they do mention things like that about each cup. If we go over it, we feel like we're going to be here forever. So that is the Season 11 Interlude League. Interesting season for sure. I know they're trying a lot of different things, so I hope they see very interesting surprises if you keep on doing Go Battle League battles. So we'll see. All right, Chris, I think it's time. It's been a couple weeks. What are you factions updates?
All right. Before I talk about factions, I just want to note really quick that Prima Arena and Como O are very good additions to Great Leagues and some other leagues. So just keep your eye out for those if you care about having really strong PvP Pokemon.
Right.
So last week we paired up against the Tassie Timbers, and we won in a 13-7. I personally got a 2-1 there, so I was very happy. But this week we were going in with very high hopes. We were like, dude, if we win the next two bouts, we're actually gonna make gold, which is insane.
Nice.
Because we're in the open right now. But we paired up against the Great Unknown, which I've seen them around, and we lost to a 7-14. Me personally, I was pretty sad because I did my battles and I got a 0-3, and I was very confident in my team. So oh my gosh, huge GGs to my opponent. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to pairing up with them again in the future.
Yeah, I did see that through Twitter, and damn, you got destroyed.
It was brutal.
Yep. But hey, winners or losers, it is good game. GG's for everybody. So
yeah, we're still happy with the 4-2 record so far. So we're hoping to end on a 5-2.
Nice. Keep it up. You got one more. This is the last week, right?
Yeah, the one coming up should be our last one, I believe.
All right. Keep us updated, please. But Chris, I believe with all of that said, I think that's all we have for this week. Anything else we want to add?
No. I think we covered the gigantum ball of news we had.
Yeah, it was a lot, but of course, we took a week off from it, and not being able to talk about it before then, that was, it is what it is. But we're back. We're here. Weekly podcasts are still a thing. So thank you very much. Actually, yeah, you will be back before then, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
I'll be back in time for the next podcast.
Okay, wonderful. I'll have everything ready by then. But thank you so much once again, everybody, for listening to us. You can always listen to us in our podcast services fees if you don't make it to the podcast in our live streams. Pure Let It Go and Pokemon Trigger Please is PKMN Trigger Please on our social Twitter handles. PurifiedPodcast@gmail.com if you want to email us anything. We would love to hear from you. And yeah, don't forget to always check us out at the purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, Chris, I believe you can take away for the night.
All right. I hope everybody enjoyed the Johto tour. Everyone that participated or, participated for free. I hope you guys are looking forward to the new Pokemon. I love the ALOLA region, and we're definitely seeing some really cool Pokemon from them already. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with Pokemon Go, because there is a lot of fun to be had. And we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Keep purifying them. We'll see you guys next time.